Hello and welcome to a new show that combines two things that I love, food and football. This is Grub and Goals. My name's Aaron, and a quick disclaimer, I am not a professional chef. I've never taken any cooking lessons, so this is just for some fun. But the premise of this show is just pretty simple. We'll cook, and along the way, we'll chat about some football. So I wanted to kick off this show with the country that finished the last round of fixtures, the round of 16 at the World Cup, Switzerland. So today what we'll be making is a Swiss Rösti. So what you're going to need for this dish is potatoes, and quite a few of them. What I did is I got my pan, which is what we're going to use later to fry this off, and I just put them inside, and if it kind of filled the pan, this one's quite big, I went for about 5, but you can add more if you want to. So then what we need as well is your grater, because we're going to grate them. Get a bowl, which you're going to put the bits of shredded potato in afterwards. Another bowl, because I'm going to show you in a second what we're going to do with that. A cloth, some salt, some pepper, and just for later, what we're going to do is, just to add that bit of a Swiss touch, we're going to add some bacon bits and also an egg. So what we're going to start by doing is grating our potatoes. Now, if you were to do it the traditional Swiss way, you would part boil these and then leave them in the fridge overnight, but I ain't got time for that. Now, the tie that kicked off the round of 16 was a very feisty one, France versus Paraguay, and it was very, very spicy on the pitch and also off the pitch, which I'm not going to get into. We all kind of know what happened there. But on the pitch, you know, the Paraguayans, I think there's this thing with the South Americans where they've got to be feisty and fiery. So I'm not sure the French were expecting that. Basically, getting kicked all over the place. No blocking it, just keeping a good defense. But it wasn't the most exciting game in the world. But eventually, the inevitable, France got a penalty and Mbappe slotted it away to go and shush the goalkeeper and the crowd and send France through to the next round. The grating will take a while, so let's get back to some World Cup chat. And the first home nation to get knocked out were Canada. Though in their game against Morocco, they did have some good chances early on, but just couldn't put one away. Even though the game was end to end, Morocco were just more clinical. So, see you in about 4 years, Canada. Oh wow, still going? Guess I'm doing a great job. Well, another team whose hopes of lifting the trophy were shredded were Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo's. Now, the game was a bit of a snooze fest in my opinion, and we had to wait until the final minutes, the 91st minute to be exact, for the Arsenal icon that is Mikel Merino, who broke free to slot like a striker. Now, Ronaldo did confirm after the game that this was going to be his last World Cup, so a bit of a sad end for one of the greats of the game. As you can see now, all of the potato has been grated, but it's a bit moist, it's a bit wet. So what we need to do is use our cloth, wrap this all in and squeeze out the liquid, squeeze out the water so that the potato can be dry, because we want it to be quite dry for when we fry it. So what you got to do is get your bowl here, grab a large chunk of this. I'm just going to keep this out here. Grab a large chunk of the potato, just put it into a cloth. Get your bowl and just squeeze. Oh my god. Squeeze out all the juices. Oh, and another giant of the game going home, thanks to another giant in the game, was Brazil. Brazil. Got absolutely Hollanded. Now, even with Ancelotti, for me, Brazil just didn't look like Brazil, and Norway took full advantage of that. They'll be tricky for anyone to handle in the next round. Now all the juices are pretty much out of the potato, and as you can see, look at all that potato juice. What you gotta do is put all of your potato, dryish potato, into your bowl. Make sure it's all there. Right, now that this is all in the bowl, what we're going to do is we're going to add our salt. So I'm just going to put in a teaspoon of salt. Bit more. I'm going to add a teaspoon of cayenne pepper because I want this to be a bit spicy. You don't have to, I just want to do this because I do like my spice. Bit of that. And then some black pepper, which isn't coming out. Okay, wait, 1 second. Right, I found some pepper. Don't ask why it's in a honey jar. I don't know, I didn't put this in here. But some black pepper. Cool. And once that's done, all you gotta do is just mix it all together. You can use a spoon, you can use your hands, but just get in there. Now we all know the other home nation that got knocked out, which was the USA, and all the drama that followed into that game. If you thought the French game was drama, now I actually kind of wanted the USA to get through, but after that, I don't know, man, it just didn't feel right. Maybe justice was served. The Belgians just absolutely wiped the floor with the USA. I mean, even with Florent Balogun, it didn't really matter, did it? No. So the USA went out. And then the final home nation who went out was Mexico. And oh my God, what a game that was. I of course live in England, so I am an England fan. And I was one of those lucky people, shall we say, who stayed up into the early hours of the night to watch this game. But what a game, what an atmosphere. England going to Mexico in the Azteca. Could they do it? Of course they could. And the hero of the hour, or two heroes of the hour, Jude and Harry. But as we saw, it was 2 minutes. I don't even think it was actually 2 minutes. I think it was just under 2 minutes of madness. Jude getting the first goal and then Jude getting the second goal. England fans going crazy. Where I was, it was going crazy. Okay, now the potato is all mixed up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in our pan and fry it off. As you can see, I added some butter to the pan before putting in the potato. Kept the gas on a low heat. And I was going to leave this in for about 15 minutes before flipping it over. Just give it a little pat, 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 pat down to spread it all out. At this point, I thought I'd give you a nice close-up of the potato, because why not? Anyway, the drama just didn't stop, did it? Next up was Egypt versus Argentina, and what a game. Messi missing a penalty, then Egypt going 2-0 up. I thought the game was up, but Romero got one back, and then Messi, just, that's it, Messi. But it looked as though Egypt could have got a winner if it wasn't for just one intercepted pass. And then just moments from extra time, Enzo Fernandez broke the heart of the North Africans. Now, while the potato was frying, I decided to start frying the bacon and then the egg. And finally, the game that ended the last 16, Switzerland, Colombia. But I guess you can't press for 90 minutes as they started to look tired and leggy, and then the Swiss grew into the game. But there were no goals after 120 minutes, so off to pens we went. Sanchez was the first to miss for Colombia, but then Akanji said, "Do you know what, mate, hold my beer, I can do you one better," and sent his effort clear of the bar. But Hernandez saw his effort saved, so the Swiss fired their way into the next round. Oh, would you look at that? It's plating up time. Ooh, can we just ignore the egg? Maybe just say it's a runny egg? So that was my take on a Swiss Rösti. I kind of think it came out just a tad bit overdone. I don't even know how I managed to mess up the egg, but it looks incredible. But if I can do it, so can you. And now we're in the crunch time of the World Cup, with the quarterfinals coming up very soon, with the Swiss having Argentina, Spain having Belgium, and England getting Norway, and France and Morocco. So let me know who you think will win and get through to the semi-finals of the World Cup. There's still so many games to play, so many dishes to try. But for now, this has been the first episode of Grub and Goals. I'll catch you in the next one.